back to Rough 40 Rust. If you haven't figured it out by now, there's something wrong with you. We're working on the 1953 Willys, or Willys for you connoisseurs. It's a CJ3B, pretty special Jeep, a lot of unique history, and it's special to me. Problem is, we didn't use it too much this summer. We got it out in the springtime, we had to do some chores around the property, and it kind of sat, and it's got issues. It needs a little love and attention, and we're gonna give it to her. I got some cheap eBay tires. I got a donated gas tank that's got a hole in it that we'll try to patch up and get it fixed, and a few odds and ends before we can get this thing ready for deer season, because I need it. My trails are a mess. There's logs and trees down, there's honeysuckle all over the place, and it's a nightmare. So I need the Willys at her best now, and I'm running out of time. I gotta get at it. So start doing stuff. I don't know the best way to go about it. I don't know if we should get the tractor and drag it out and switch it over here so we're closer to the garage, or well, I guess the 66 is down, waiting on some parts. We should have that today and get that wrapped up and out of our hair, but maybe we'll just let it sit here, put it on jack stands, and start with tires. I'll show you the tires I got. They're actually kind of neat, and I'm excited to see how they work out, and if they're decent tires, we'll try to find something similar for the 66, kind of help with our gear ratio issue. But at any rate, I've had this Jeep for, oh gosh, probably almost a decade, and these tires have been on it, and they were already decades old when I got it, and they really don't hold air. If you ever seen me out in the woods with this Jeep in old videos, I usually carry a portable air tank with me because I could park it on a hill and go do something and come back and tires flat.
I need you, Eric.
So we're gonna try to work around that. These tires are probably some 2-ply PVC garbage, and they're just no good. But back here we've got something special. Probably, I'll go ahead and say it, a new old stock, at least when I got them. These Formula Desert Dogs, which is a pretty coveted tire. People really like them. It's a 4-ply nylon. Pretty neat tires. I really like them. If I had all 4, I would have stuck with them, but I don't. I only have the 2. So we're gonna hold on to them, and I'm gonna go up in the barn loft and see if I've got an extra set of wheels for this Jeep. Typical 5 on 5.5 situation, a 15/7 wheel. I don't know, maybe someone came with 16s. Couldn't tell you. But I would like to not dismount these in case I tore the bead up, because they're already old before, and when I put these tires on probably 4 or 5 years ago, it was winter time, and you guys seen me do manual tires, and I think I heated them up by a stove and got them nice and warm and pliable, and just took my time to not damage these tires. So I'd like to not take them off and risk it. If somebody needs these tires, I'd like to hold on to them so they could have them, or maybe I'll just keep one for a spare, maybe mount it in the back, you know, in Jeep ways, because we got this old tractor tank, fuel tank in here, because we're missing the actual gas tank that goes there, and we've got one now over here, but it's got a hole in it, so we're gonna have to fix that. And I want to say thank you to Scott and Dave for donating me their junk. They've got a whole fleet of ag Jeeps and stuff like that that they do some shows and displays with, and this was just leaking fuel and said I could have it. So I appreciate it. I got to order a gas cap, because that's like a wide mouth, and I don't know, I probably won't buy the sending unit boop, 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 for the fuel gauge, because it probably doesn't work anyway. So we'll just order the right hardware instead of trying to track it down, and I'll just plasma cut a plate as a block off. I don't know what this thing's got underneath it. Looks like we've got a drain. Guessing that's the drain. That's okay. We're gonna do body work on this Cherokee one day. I don't know that's in there. That looks just like flared line, which we've got copper. I don't know if that's a 1/4 inch. I don't know what this tar stuff, that's old body filler. And a drain, which is kind of nice. I think I replaced the floor pan in this Jeep years ago, and instead of just making one, I actually bought one that has provisions for this through the floor, which I probably don't have anymore, so we'll make that work. This thing's got a lot of stickiness on it. I feel like it's been patched right there. That's an old JB Weld patch. I don't know where the other hole is. We'll have to figure it out. I don't think that's a patch. I think we're just gonna have to put plugs in these for now, fill it with water, and maybe pressurize it and see what we're working with. I'd love to be able to use it. It'd be nice to have the cargo area cleaned out. Anyway, yeah, so let's just leave it right here and throw her on jack stands. Now, we don't go in the barn loft unless it's absolutely necessary, because let's get some more lightage here. If you're up here looking for parts, you're in a pickle. In a pickle. Got some old International Harvester 345 parts, Pontiac parts, trolling motor, that's fun, gas cans. What are we up here for? Ooh. Door skins. Anyway, this is what we're here for. Check on some wheels. That'll do. Five on 5.5. Look a little wider. Oh, I got more. Those might have been for the CJ5. It's a 6. 6. I think they're all the same. What do I got? 6 of them. I don't know. I don't know. Again, you don't come up here unless you are. You just don't come up here. Ooh. Ford van springs. That's cool. Well, I did a little investigating. Figure out the difference in those 6 wheels I got, and these 4 have 3 3/4 back spacing, which is pretty typical, and the other 2 have 4-inch back spacing. We're gonna opt for the 3 3/4 because, well, we have 4 of them, and we need 4 tires on a V. Shut up, chicken! Also, you know, smaller the number you have in backspacing, more it's sticking away from the tub and the chassis. And I know that those old desert dogs rub the tub a little bit. I don't know what the backspacing is on the Jeep, but we're gonna run with the 3 3/4, and I'll probably go ahead and get on jack stands. It's starting to drizzle a little bit, little sprinkles. I'm gonna jack it up, and I'm gonna go ahead and test fit one of these just to make sure I don't have any issues before I start doing tires, because I can't do tires right now because I just got my email from O'Reilly saying that my pickup time for parts was 1 o'clock, but now it's tomorrow at 8:50 a.m. So which means I can't get, you know, stuff out of the garage to do my manual tire change, which is fine because it's kind of a nice relaxing day. And I really don't feel like doing tires. So we'll get her up on jack stands, test fit one of these, and I'll probably bring that fuel tank in here and start cleaning it up and see what I'm dealing with and see if we could even use it. But if you care, and most of you guys, because I know you guys are just experts on everything, but in case you need a refresher or you don't know, backspacing is from the mounting surface to the outer lip of the inner lip of the tire. You just get you a straight edge and get you the mounting surface, and that hits right at 3 3/4. Now, offset, something I don't deal with much, is the imaginary center line versus where the actual mounting line is. I really don't know how that works and applies, but I know tire and wheel guys probably know a lot more about it than I do, and I really don't care. But that one rolls. That's what I need it to do. Now's as good as time as any to share these tires that I bought off eBay. Now, I bought some cheap tires in my day, mostly ones off Craigslist that are dry rotted and barely hold air. I've even bought some newer tires, but they're Walmart tires, made in Malaysia for the CJ5, more of a modern looking 4x4 tire. The thing about Malaysia is they're the world's leading supplier of rubber, specifically for tires, so how bad could those be? But like everything else in this world, price has gone up and they're no longer that affordable. So I went to eBay, found these D-Stone Extra Traction for about $100 a pop. Pretty cool tire, skinny, got Coker vibes, but I don't have Coker money, so I went with these. And it would appear as though they got some made up fake DOT stampings, stuff like that. I don't even know what kind of pliage we got. They're directional. 6-ply tread, 4-ply sidewall, nylon. That's fun. Anyway, I think it's a pretty good looking tire, and if they work out well, we'll maybe buy more. These are made in Thailand, and what's really cool about tires made in Thailand, if you don't know, you're really quiet. Let's hope a chicken doesn't make chicken noises and the car doesn't go by. And you put your ear to the tire, kind of like the seashell where you can hear the ocean. You can hear the factory that made it. This one's saying something. What's that? Nipinyong timidi? Yeah, if you don't speak Thai, that's how you say this is a bad tire. Anyway, let's see if they're, you know, gonna just throw the tread off immediately. It's a bit of a gamble. I'm gonna lose. Let's see if they roll. Oh yeah, half the battle. Yep, we've got some pinholes in this tank. That's okay. I think some of the bigger holes we're gonna clean up even more and maybe do little tack welds on them. And some of these iffy spots, we'll just use some sort of overpriced epoxy, then fill it with water and let it sit for a while and see if it leaks anywhere. I don't have the highest hopes for this tank, but with a little bit of luck, we might be able to salvage it and use it just fine. Well, here's the problem area. I don't know if you could see it now, but we just got a pinhole here, 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 and here. But I think this metal is pretty good. I think we can weld to it. If you haven't been down the epoxy and adhesive section of the auto parts store lately, there's a lot. And there's one that I've used quite a bit, JB Weld. Steel stick. Comes in like a putty. And in the middle of it, you got like the, I don't know, the two-part part. And you just slice it off like salami. Kind of mix it up in the palm of your hand with your fingers and just stick it on there. I think within 5-10 minutes it's cured, and within an hour you could drill it and tap it and all that good stuff. Been around for a good long while. Pretty handy. Comes in a tube. Keep it in your pocket in case you got to fix something. I don't know. Good stuff. Highly recommend it. Forgot the glove part. Shut up, goat! While it's okay to spend a little bit of money trying to fix a tank that's probably not worth it, you got to be mindful about the overall cost. This thing's probably $165 new, plus a oversized shipping charge and taxes and all that good stuff. So you're looking at, I don't know, 2 Benjamin Franklins or 4 Ulysses S. Grants or whatever you got in your pocket. I'm about $14 into this tank. So if my math is right, and it's not, I could probably coat this entire thing in steel stick and still be money ahead. It's not the case. I'll probably, if it comes to it, use another $20, $30 before I just abandon this whole project and buy a tank. But since this one was gifted to me, I'd really like to see, ooh, that's already hard. That's good stuff. I'd like to see it come around again. Where's the rest of my steel stick?
You're gonna have to lift up, and then I could go grab it.
Don't be very careful, I'm trusting you.
I'm strong. There you go. See
That'd
how
be the
much?
last one, Walt.
Okay. This is a lot of water.
Think it's gonna leak?
No.
Okay. Well, I added some more of the steel stick. Came home from lunch and put about 7 gallons of water in it. Went back to work, did some trailer brakes on a livestock trailer. Let's go check this thing. I'm sure it's gonna be fine. I don't see water all over the floor. Let's turn my light on. Let's turn this light on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Tell you what, I am awfully glad. Is this black? Oh, this is green. Crap. Anyway, I'm awfully glad this fuel tank turned out for me. I really wanted to get it under the seat where it should be, and I really didn't want to spend $165, $200. Gosh, I don't know if I sealed this up last time. Might be in a pickle on the black paint. Oh no. Oh, it got a skin to it. Huh. Maybe I should take better care of my paints. Gallon of implement paint, good $60. We'll do better next time. Guess we're painting that black anyway, right? Mixing paint. Anyway, what I was saying was I'm glad this thing worked out. It was really awesome of Scott to drop this off at the house a couple weeks ago. He's really come through and helped me on these old Jeep projects. I reckon that's as far as we'll take that up. That's where it'll sit between the passenger and driver's seat. Go ahead and get a little bit on the pinch welds on the corner and call it good to go. Well, bit of a change of plans. These white wheels that we're going to use, you know, the ones we found in the loft, we're not going to use them. It's actually a 6-inch wide wheel. The ones that came off the Jeep are 5, which gives us a little bit of fighting chance to get the bead to seat. Went ahead and did one. Looks pretty good. Can't complain. So we're just going to drive forward, use the original wheels, and be extra careful with those desert dogs when we get to those. It'll be alright. Oh, just like you've seen on the 48 Pontiac, driver's side, wheel lugs, left-hand thread. Same with the Willys. I know you guys seen me do tires manually a whole bunch of times. Not much has changed around here, even though I say this is the last time I ever do this. I did get a new coffee can with a bar of Irish Spring in it that I use to soap everything up. So that's new. Pretty cool can. I'm happy with it. Good morning. It's going to be a good day, and I'll tell you why. I've got a surprise for you guys. Something I've been thinking about for a long time, and that is painting this 3B like an M606 Army Jeep. I think that'd be pretty cool. I know what you're saying, it's not the iconic MB, CJ3B, World War II Jeep, but that's okay. They still made these for the Army. You know, it's perfectly fine. So what we're gonna do is, well, I already ordered a military stencil kit for this thing. Jared from Simpson Auto Care, who does classic car upholstery and detailing and paint jobs and body work, I'm gonna really push his body work skills to the limit by having him help stencil this thing. And to be honest with you, the reason I want Jared to come over, because he has actually did a complete restoration of a World War II era GPW, and he did a fantastic job. I'll try to shoot some footage of that and include that in this video, but if I don't, I'm sorry. Circling back to the 3B. So I'll cover the differences between M606 and a CJ3B. They're very minimal. Matter of fact, the serial numbers didn't even change from the factory, but we'll deal with that later. What I want to talk about is, with September coming up and that Suicide Awareness Month, and especially with veterans who are 50 or 60% more likely to commit suicide, I wanted to use this Jeep to pay tribute and bring awareness to that. So I think we're going to carefully choose some of our bumper units, serial numbers, any sort of data that we stencil on this Jeep. We're going to use that to kind of honor our troops and bring awareness to mental health issues in the month of September. I'd also like you guys to take a moment and think about someone in your life, veteran or not veteran, that you could reach out to this month and, you know, maybe take them out for a bite to eat. I personally think there's no better way to let a buddy know that you love them and you've been thinking about them by calling them up and say, hey, lunch is on me. I'll be there in 5 minutes. You know, give them a call, go hang out with somebody, do a random act of kindness to a complete stranger. At any rate, we're living in some pretty, you know, questionable times, to say the least. And it doesn't cost you a dime to be nice to somebody and let them know you love them. Anyway, I gotta go to the elevator today and I gotta work for a while, but tonight we're going to try and finish this up, or at least get it stenciled up. We'll see you guys later. Well, Jared's on his way over to help with the Willys. I went ahead and moved some stuff out of the way. I don't think I've ever seen this tree line cleared out. Oh, I got some old hoods back there and a bunch of tires. But at any rate, I just sprinkled my rusty projects all over the yard. Boop, goat. At any rate, he's on his way down. Hopefully I could just task him out with working on some paint and see what he's got to do about it. And I can focus on that fuel tank, getting the old one ripped out, and just get the ball moving on this Willys, because now I'm getting excited about this, you know, tribute thing we got going on. Let's get at it. Suppose while we're waiting on Jared, let me get these deer legs out of here. Old hood bungee. Maybe the dog would like to snack on these. Probably been here 5 years. Oh! Not just deer feet, we got a turkey foot. I hear a car. Could be Jared. Oh yeah, he drove the Impala. Nice. Kind of worried this gonna rot out the radiator. That Impala sounds like garbage. Proud of you for driving the Impala.
nice and smooth, they stick better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got you, man.
Oh.
Does that look good enough?
Good enough for me. Does the star point towards the windshield, I'm assuming?
That's how I've seen them. Or
Well,
facing out, I guess, depending on how.
Look on your phone real quick. Does the point... Surely the point goes towards the windshield.
Yeah, that's.
Alright, I trust it.
Let me double check though, because I don't want to be wrong here. Oh, these are JKs, but. This is showing it way up on the cow panel with blue letters on the side.
We'll just go.
Alright, yeah, here we go.
That's way up there? That looks dumb.
Yeah, I don't like that.
No, let's go. It's my Jeep. Stressed about my feeling. You gotta do the start.
Stuff's super sticky. I feel like this sticks better than the actual sticker solder.
I thought it was a little much, but I feel like even a star, painting it by hand, like taping off the star, would be money well spent. Is what I'm trying to say. Actually, that color is alright. Yeah, I botched that pretty good. You're the paint man this time. You might have to be a screwdriver guy too. This side's pretty good, right? So just that. I can do that one. That's pretty good. Should we bother with a second coat?
I don't think I would. It's legible enough. What do you think?
No, I'm fine with it. I'll just take this off so the paint doesn't run.
Not bad, really.
Yep. With my white bolt right in there.
Yeah.
The sad part about the military police on the windshield, Jared, is that this thing looks so much better with windshield down. You really wouldn't see it much.
Is there anywhere else you could put it?
No, that's the standard spot. I think that looks good. I'm happy. Very happy. Let you hand it off to me.
Not too shabby. It's got a little bleed through.
Is that where it's kind of like I'm okay with it.
That looks good.
Save that. Right there. Let's finish up those numbers and be done with it for now. Give this one another practice spray. Getting out of hand. That's tedious work. I honestly thought this would take us like all of, you know, an hour to do, and it'd be fun and easy. I think it'd be worth the money. What'd I say, like $10 for the 2-inch or something, $10.99 to buy 2 kits, so you don't have to do this bull crap.
Right.
Oh, we didn't get all the painting done that I wanted to, but that's okay, because we got, you know, caught up in jaw jacking about stuff like the 64 Impala, which is pretty cool. Things that we did get done turned out pretty good. The star is fantastic. I don't know if it's dent in the hood. It's just the light. Got the military police on the windshield. Got the star. Did some bumper numbers, which have very significant meanings that we'll talk about. And I don't know if we can see over here, we did the little 5-inch star. So yeah, I would have liked to got the gas tank in, and you know, maybe the hood numbers, but you know, this is a good start. I'm happy with it. But tomorrow I have got to start buttoning stuff up and getting it where it needs to be, because I need this Jeep. I need to start doing stuff, and I'm running out of time, but that's okay, because I had a really good time hanging out with Jared. The kids were running around playing and stuff, and got to mess around with cars, and that's, you know, the big takeaway. Hang out with your buddies and turn some wrenches. Good times. Hope you like the Jeep so far. We'll just keep on trucking, I guess. Aren't those tires great? Well, I'm really chomping at the bit to swap these fuel tanks out, but I figured the right thing to do would be get my welding done before I spilt, you know, flammable liquids all over the place and all over the ground and near the barn and stuff. So get all these propane tanks out and all this junk, and there's flammable stuff, leaves, sticks, ants, spiders, wasps, receipts. There's stuff in here that I might burn down, but let's get her cleaned up a little bit, get the welding done, get these tanks swapped out, for goodness sake. This thing's all sorts of nasty. I think this is an old radio bag that I used to put tools in, but it is... I still got some tools in it. Let's let the sun take care of some of this mold. Ugh. Smells something fierce. And I've got, ooh, ratchet strap. What in the name is that? Looks like old shelled corn. They got moldy, and then slugs danced all over it. It almost looks like caulk all over moldy corn. Ugh. I can't wait to get this old tank out and get all this cleaned up. But I've got messes to deal with. Maybe we'll pop that seat out too, so we can give it a better cleaning. Weld the pedals. Unfortunately, I have been and always will be easily distracted, and this windshield is driving me nuts. You couldn't see out of it with all the mildew, dirt, and kitty cat paws. It is ridiculous, and that has done nothing. Probably because it's all on the inside. What's that? What'd you say? It's cracked? Yeah, I know. Well, good thing about these early CJ windshields are they're easy to do. 2-piece seal. You kind of put a seal on the glass and kind of work it into the windshield frame, or you can put it on the frame itself and work it onto the glass. And when I said that they're easy to do, what I really meant is my wife does them pretty well. I don't have the patience for such things. I'll break the new glass in the first 20 minutes. She's done one before. Pretty easy. Like the 2-piece. Good stuff. That's a little better. What was I supposed to be doing? That's right. Cleaning up the Jeep so I can weld. Got it. Check. Well, good thing I'm me. And I only secured the seat with one bolt. Oh, what is that? Oh, it's injured. The chair's injured. Okay. Yeah, I do have my provision here for the fuel line in the floor, but I still need to blow one out for the drain, because that's going to become awful handy. Alright, moving on. Vacuuming. Well, I got to looking at things. Talk about those provisions in the floor for the drain and your fuel line. If you know anything about me, I love using copper lines for fuel and brake. They last forever, easy to work with. What's nice about this is I can go ahead and cut this down low and run a small rubber hose, kind of like for this filter, to the tank. Then we'll put a filter under the hood, catch any debris that might come through. So that kind of makes it easy for us. And this floor pan, by the looks of the construction caulking I put in there, adhesive, those were my mid-2000s days where I didn't spring for body sealer or anything quality, but you can get a ginormous tube of premium construction adhesive and pretty good stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if I used it instead of body filler. And by kind of surprised, I mean I definitely did. That's all construction adhesive, not body filler. But hey, you know what? We all make mistakes. I make a lot of them, some more than others. No, not in the garage. Get. Oh no. Broke it. Need more electrical tape. Well, the slop in the brake pedal linkage that goes through the floor is something that's plagued me for years. And it's kind of dangerous. Today I'm going to take care of that, and that's kind of the main reason I even pulled this out of the tree line and did stuff to it. I'll get you in here and show you exactly what I'm talking about. Pretty common problem on a seasoned Jeep. Well, up until 1972, every single Jeep had pedal assemblies that go through the floor. And pretty self-explanatory. Your linkage just goes through the floor, like so. By 72, they had a typical mounting bracket up on the firewall, and you had swinging pedals. So now you know. And if you care, If you want to know your 72 to 75 Jeeps, you'll have a toolbox under the passenger seat and a swinging pedal bracket assembly till 1975 or 76, I believe. I want to say 1975. So if you see a Jeep that's got a pedal bracket swinging and no toolbox, you know it's 76 or newer. If you see through the floorboard pedal assemblies, you know you got, 71 and older. And everything in between was called the intermediate body style. But what's plaguing us, we'll see if we can see, is the pedal has worn through the floor of the bracket and kind of coped it out right there. So where the brake pedal should stay here, it slides over there. All right, big deal, right? Except for your brake pedal, now it kind of catches on your gas pedal. So if you hit the brake, a lot of times it catches, and all these years I've been taking my boot, kick my brake pedal over, hit the gas. Not anymore. Ow. So I got a plan. Got some pretty beefy washers here that is cut in half, and I'll weld them to both sides of the pedal to kind of shore it up a little bit. One there. Where's the other one? And then the other one will come up in there, and you got something like that. And then we'll give it a dab of green or black paint just to shush it all down. But I can't get my flap disc in there to clean up that old rusty metal, so I'm gonna have to get in there with a wire brush for a little bit, and because I am MIG welding, and that requires the cleanest metal you could possibly give it, and I'm not very good at that, cleaning metal. Well, as always with this channel, you guys are my fire watch, so while I'm throwing some sparks over here, keep an eye on this fuel tank to make sure I don't burn everything I own to the ground, including myself. And make sure you pay attention and comment below if something catches on fire, because I blame you guys for the 48 Pontiac and all those fires we've started. Not one of you was like, hey, Nathan, behind you, it's on fire. Okay, so step up your game a little bit. Appreciate it. Oh, we're still on welding the gas tank mode, which would not do. See if I can do this without gloves on. Perfect. It's horrible. I like it. I like it a lot. Fires? Oh, trash can? Nope. Outstanding. Well, I got to looking, and there's the knockout provision for the drain plug. So before we disconnect this fuel line and make a mess, we're gonna go ahead and grab the plasma cutter and just, I don't know, might be best, instead of blowing that one hole out, just go ahead and give us some room right there. And luckily I already checked, this fuel line is routed over here. But still, let's blow that out and you guys do some more fire watch for me. You did great the last time. That turned out pretty good. We got a pedal that stays in its spot, not grounding. Electrocuting myself. Ground. Let's give her all the ampers. Bit of a moment of truth for this tank. Also, I don't even know if it fits. Problem. I think I know what it is. I don't think this lip is supposed to be here. To be honest with you, it looked like I liquid nailed wood and giant rust tools. I think taking that off is going to help us any. Do some demo work. It's not wood. There is liquid nails. Let me piddle with this for a while off camera so I can talk to it appropriately, and then we'll circle back around and talk about it together. Hey, it fit just fine. Slid right in there. I don't know what was different the second time, but here we are. It's like a glove. Even though the sides of the tub are now falling off the Jeep itself. But that's, hey, sometimes you got to break some, you know, nesting dolls to get the little people out. Well, I still have that sending unit block off plate. Oh no, my marker. Bye, little guy. Anyway, a block off plate for the sending unit that I'll never use. So I made one with some of that tape from the stencils and traced her out here. Drilled my holes first. I'm gonna go ahead and burn this out real quick, make a gasket. I think I've got some gasket maker somewhere. Oh no. Oh, yep. In the corner of stuff that needs cleaned every time. Get this buttoned up so we don't drop any more garbage in that tank and move on. Well, we plasma cut our block off plate, we made a gasket, and I got mounting hardware. The only problem is, as far as shapes are concerned, it's really not one. But price was right. Tell you what, nothing's straightforward around here. Had to chase these threads, or I might snap off some of that new hardware I bought. And definitely need to run a fuel filter now, because I am not cleaning this tank again. Kind of excited to have full cargo capacity. We need it. Maybe we'll build a little removable bench seat back here for children, so they can go on little rides in the woods. I do need to weld that seat frame up. It broke, but that's okay. You can splice in some pipe, no problem. Seat fits fine. Thanks for asking. Wonder what it looks like under here. This bed floor's been plated already. It's probably gone. Ooh! Oh, yes! Stuff! We've got some stuff. Let me show you. We got an assortment of nesting, but we got these self-tappers are for a grain bin floor. They're, what's that, the square one, Robertson bits. I use them on floors a lot. We got an empty can of Grizzly, not mine, I'm a Stoker's guy. We got a shackle, that's good. I'm missing that. Looks like some mouse nesting, box material, string, anything else cool. Looks like a shock washer. Still original house paint on these. Oh gosh, no. Oh, it's some tube steel that welded to this plate. This plate's bolted down. Do I dare see what's beneath it? Seems like a bad idea. I see some ground. We'll just clean this up, leave it alone. There's some more screws in there. See if what it's going to take to cut this square tubing out of here. See, a little stitch there, nothing on the inside, that's good. Stitch there, nothing on the outside, good. They didn't solid weld them. They knew what they were doing. Smart move. Let's zip those off real quick, clean all this up so we don't start yet another fire. Well, we got most of our problems worked out with the fuel tank. We got some new line running to the carb, but I need to find a better place to run the filter, so we're just gonna take the old filter. It looked all right, and by looked all right means I can't tell. And I think I'm just gonna slice this copper fuel line down here and put it right there, somewhere where it's safe and serviceable. And we'll eventually swap that out with a Wix or clear plastic one so we can keep an eye on it. But yeah, I did have the tank back out again because I was still working some clearance out for that hole to get it to sit a little bit better, and went ahead and just blew it out if there's any of those metal shavings from when we tapped it. But we'll still slap a filter in here. Then I gotta do a little bit of welding, and we might be wrapped up with it for now. Don't catch on fire. We're kinda on fire. Always something. It's fine now. Well, now is as good as time as any. Throw a little fuel in her. Not to see if it leaks, but how many places it leaks in. And once we find out that the tank's leaking again and we got all sorts of fuel leaks, we'll just quit, push it back into the tree line and readdress it next year. I suspect we're going to be in for a new tank one way or another, and I'm going to have to properly fix this tub to clearance a tank, or we're just going to keep tearing them up. We'll put a bunch in. We'll check the oil in it. Make sure it's in good shape when we burn it down. Like perfect level and great looking oil. Sweet. It's got the high elevation condensation. Pick up the battery. Try to crank on this thing, get that fuel pump primed up. Check for leaks. Definitely. Seat feels better sitting on a tank. Oh, that brake pedal's pretty cool. Probably just running on whatever's in the bowl. Definitely didn't pull any fuel yet. Saying I used to have to kick the pedal out of my way to use the gas pedal. If the tank leaks, we'll see it seeping all over the floor. Don't see or smell anything there. Look at all the room we got now. That's great. Definitely pulling fuel now. Oh, I didn't get that in all the way. I'll fix that. All right, good deal. The little Hurricane engine is purring while all the fenders and stuff are just rattling away. Let her run for a bit. Forgot we pop out a second all the time. Drove the Jeep around the yard for a while and sprung a fuel leak. Brought it back to the barn, fixed it, drove it around some more, and when you know it, it was fine. Knew it the whole time. Anyway, the Jeep's done. That wraps it up for this episode of Route 40 Rust. We got a lot done in a short amount of time. Things went well and things didn't go well, but I'm happy with the progress that we made. Next time we'll get in the woods, we'll load her down with corn, get the deer feeder set up, clear some trails, and have some fun with it. Maybe Jared will come back out with his GPW and we can wheel together. But before we wrap this up, I'm glad you guys stuck with me, because I'm going to tell you what the bumper numbers and everything and my plans for this Jeep to kind of show how it's going to be a tribute Jeep for veterans. Check this out. Well, I went back and forth time and time again about painting this thing like a military Jeep. I finally decided to do it, and I definitely didn't want to do my own, you know, company numbers when I was in the Army and stuff like that, and try to make it, you know, a real M606. That's just not the Route 40 Rust way. So what I decided to do is make it a tribute Jeep to veterans, suicide awareness, and mental health, which is this upcoming month. It's September, is Suicide Prevention and Suicide Awareness Month. But I wanted to take a moment and just thank the VA for all the work they do for veterans of all ages, of all branches. It's just an amazing thing, the work that they do helping folks. And so I wanted to make this Willys a tribute to it. So what I did, you might not notice, it's fairly subtle, but the bumper numbers is 9881. So what that is the number you call. It's the Veteran Crisis Hotline. You just bust out your phone, hit 988, and then press 1, and it'll get you the help you need. And likewise, the other bumper number is like the crisis hotline that you call. This is a text message service for veterans. It's 838-255, and that'll connect you with real people and get you the help you need. I think what I'm going to do moving forward is for the hood numbers, usually you'll have, if it's a reconnaissance or a tactical vehicle, it'll always start with 20 and then some sort of configuration of the Jeep serial number. I don't want to do that. I might stick with the 20, but what I'm going to do following it on this side of the hood, I'm probably going to do the casualties for Operation Iraqi Freedom in remembrance of everybody who gave their lives fighting in the war in Iraq. And likewise on this side, start with the 20. I might do a dash, I don't know, or not do the 20, and put the Operation Enduring Freedom, that's the Afghanistan campaign, U.S. casualties on this hood in remembrance and honor of everybody who served and gave their life in Afghanistan. You know, I just think it's something real special to do with this Jeep. It's something that, you know, I hold near and dear to my heart. The VA has been really great to me and all the services that I required, and they've come a long way. So I think, you know, without being selfish and self-serving and putting my own unit numbers on there and trying to make this some M606 replica of like a Korean War or Vietnam or something like that, you know, maybe with an M38A1, which is like a CJ5 body style with the curved fenders, you know, you could go that route, or a CJ2A, like your typical World War II Jeep. But this one, being what it is, I just felt, you know, convicted to do that, and I think it's going to be something special. Maybe we can start putting it in some Memorial Day, Veterans Day parades, get it in town. And you know, when people first look at this, they're not going to be like, oh, you know, that's the VA crisis hotline. You know, it just doesn't stand out like an airbrushed hot rod with "We the People," and, you know, and the Marines on Iwo Jima and that kind of scene, which is cool in its own right, but I wanted to do something subtle, subdued, but pays tribute to the men and women of this country who've given their life, especially in the recent years in Iraq and Afghanistan, because we're kind of, you know, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 years removed from those wars, depending on when you served. And it's just getting at that awkward moment in life where those wars are distant, but not too distant. So I think it's just something really cool, really like doing it. I also wanted to bring up, if you wanted to support this channel, and more specifically this build, at the bottom of this video you'll see a line of buttons, and one of them says thanks or super thanks. Click on that. You can use your credit card. It's through YouTube, so it's safe and secure, and donate a few bucks. And if the thanks donations come in on this video for this Jeep, I'll make darn sure 100% all that money goes right back into this Jeep. We're going to reupholster the seats. I got to do some more stencil work, fix some of the body, just make it a little bit better. That way we can get it out there on car shows and Veterans Day parade and stuff like that, and just bring some awareness to veteran suicides and veteran mental health. And in closing, I don't want to make this just about veterans. That's kind of the tribute for the Jeep, but I do want to say that, you know, veteran or not, mental health for us men, pretty important stuff that gets overlooked. So take care of yourself, and thanks for watching this video, guys. I really appreciate it.